Iran on Monday began a four-day military exercise aimed at improving defense mechanisms at its nuclear sites, the official IRNA agency reported. The exercises were being held over large areas of southern Iran and were meant as preparation for a probable military strike, according to a military statement IRNA reported. No further details were given. Iran has recently increased military exercises as international tensions grow over its alleged nuclear weapons program, with Israel saying it has not ruled out the possibility of military strikes. Iranian leaders say their Shahab missiles have range of 2,000 kilometers, meaning they could reach any part of Israel. The Israeli military said Monday that it plans to deploy an Iron Dome missile interception battery in central Israel this week. The deployment was part of an annual training plan, a spokeswoman said. The Iron Dome is designed to intercept rockets or artillery shells with a range of up to 70 kilometers. The Israeli military announced earlier in February that the latest edition of the Aero missile defense system was to become operational this year. Meanwhile, experts from the International Atomic Energy Agency, or the IAEA, began talks in Tehran Monday with Iranian officials. However, it was unclear whether the IAEA team, headed by Chief Inspector, would be able to inspect nuclear facilities or be limited to technical discussions.
The price of oil has reached its highest level in 8 months as a result of the tensions over Iran's nuclear program. Oil price has reached its highest record since June last year with growing tension over Iran, while benchmark U.S. light crude rose 1.7% to $105.01 US a barrel, and Brent crude futures rose 1.14 US to $120.72 US a barrel. On Sunday, the country's oil ministry said it had halted oil sales to British and French companies. Iran is the world's 5th largest oil exporter. The country insists its nuclear program is peaceful, but the UN's International Atomic Energy Agency says it has information suggesting Iran has carried out tests relevant to the development of a nuclear explosive device. The cost of fuel has also risen. In the UK, the price of diesel has hit a new high at 143.16 pence a litre. The rise in the oil price also pushed UK oil giant BP shares above 500 pence for the first time since last January. Analysts say the price of oil has risen as EU countries seek to find new oil suppliers and Iran hunts new buyers for its oil. Oil prices have also been driven up by an improvement in the performance of the US and Chinese economies.
Well, now let's talk more about the oil market with คุณทอแสง ไชยประวัติ from the Thai Oil Public Company Limited สวัสดีค่ะคุณทอแสง
สวัสดีค่ะ
สวัสดีค่ะคุณพัสรางคุณวีนา
ค่ะ สวัสดีค่ะ Well, the oil price has now climbed to its highest in 8 months. The crude, U.S. light crude is about $105 per barrel. Do you project this to the trend to keep pushing up the oil price?
Unfortunately, possible that the oil prices is likely to keep going up, and the reason for rising crude prices is because of the problem and the tension between Iran and the Western countries on Iran nuclear program, and market is quite nervous that it could lead to crude supply disruption. And furthermore, yesterday Iran announced that it would stop exporting crude oil to France and England. In addition, Iran once again is practicing military exercise to protect its nuclear site at the time when the International Atomic Energy Agency is visiting the country. And all these events are triggering more market worries. Furthermore, unrest in other oil-producing countries such as like Nigeria, Syria, Yemen, and South Sudan also added more concern to the supply disruption.
Right.
So all these factors are the key factors contributing to the rising in oil prices.
Right.
And
So, คุณทอแสง will the increase affect the local prices?
Yes, right. Yesterday or as of this morning, we have seen another
Yes.
round of the domestic retail price increase, and even with the increase of 40 stang for diesel and 60 stang for gasoline and gasohol, we still see the marketing margin for retailers to be on the borderline.
Right.
Current diesel marketing margin is only 1.6 baht per liter, which is only small, level above the required 1.5 baht per liter, while gasoline and gasohol margin is average around 1.8 baht per liter. So if the global crude prices continue to rise, we can expect further increase in retail prices. I think it's going to be another 2 to 3 days before we see another rate increase. However, this is really depend on the situation that is being developed in the Middle East. But if we look at the market fundamental, we will see that the current high oil price is not sustainable. It's already starting to impact oil consumption, and we can see it even in Thailand. And this should mean that oil price should not rise further. In fact, it should fall already because it has been too high. But because of the unrest situations, this is going to be the key factor that can keep pushing the oil price. And possibly it could go up to test the previous high level of last year. Like for Brent level, it's $126 per barrel last year that we hit a high level. And this year, maybe it go up to 126 before it correct down. So in the short-term trend, we could see oil price rises further, and we have another positive factor just coming out this morning that the EU and IMF approved the Greek bailout plan, 130 billion euros. So that is another positive factor that could help push oil price up further in the short term.
I see. Thank you very much, คุณซอแสง for the oil updates.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.